Welcome to America, period. Presenting this community interview with this special event featuring your host, Matt Sweets, with special guest, Steve Woods. Welcome to America, period. Your source. Follow and subscribe for free on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and more. Proudly made in the USA. Hi, I'm Matt Sweet-Stanishevsky, and this is America, period. I'm here with Steve Woods, a longtime friend from high school and the co-organizer for the City of Washington PA Juneteenth celebration. Now, Steve, is this the first or second year that the city's doing this?
This is actually the third year.
Okay.
It's been picking up steam throughout those couple of years, and I just want to make sure that I clarify that although we are in the city of Washington, that this is an NAACP Washington branch event in partnership with Lemoyne Community Center.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure that we framed that correctly before we started.
Absolutely. Yes. This is not just limited to the city of Washington. Obviously, you want to bring in people from all over, right?
Absolutely.
So Juneteenth, obviously, it recognizes that President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, and then it took about 2 years for many slaves to be free, correct?
Well, actually, in a way,
okay.
Emancipation was signed in 1863.
Yes.
Freeing slaves. But for some reason, the news did not hit the state of Texas. So in 1865, General Gordon Granger came with about 7,000 troops into Galveston and read what was Order Number 3. Order Number 3, actually, the proclamation actually freed all slaves in America. So when they got that information, it was slavery, the Emancipation Proclamation already been signed 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. But all slaves were not free until 1865. Mm-hmm. So, of course, at that time, that called for a celebration. The actual date was June 19th, 1865, which is why we celebrate June 19th as Juneteenth, just as the 4th of July was America's birthday. Those dates are very, very significant.
And it's also referred to as Freedom Day, if memory serves me correct. Is that right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, like I mentioned, I, along with many Americans, understand the historical significance and importance. I do have one question. Growing up, I have plenty of different friends, going to different celebrations, barbecues, everything. I've heard recently over the last few years that this is something that has always been celebrated at the family level. And, growing up again, I don't remember really hearing about it ever. Again, we're talking 30 years of going to different cookouts and different events. Was it initially regionally, or how did it, or let's say, when and why did it grow into where it's at now as a nationally recognized celebration?
Fair question, absolutely. I have to agree with you. Growing up here in Washington, Pennsylvania, which is a great place to grow up, we sat together at lunch tables. We went to events, hung out, listened to music the same and everything like that. There was it doesn't matter, black, white, whatever.
Right.
Everyone was the same. Community was good.
Yes, it was.
Now, let's go to, I'm sure you can attest, around the mid-90s, maybe around 1995. Now, this is where I grew consciousness of Juneteenth, so I thought, I would hear on Whammo radio every year. It would be a lineup of different musical acts that were coming into the city, just one after the other. And it's like, wow, I got to go to Pittsburgh for these events. Why? Because Juneteenth is happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that Juneteenth was a summer concert festival that was being held every year at Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Until I found out later that Juneteenth actually was a celebration of what we're talking about right now.
Right. Okay.
It was never taught to us in school. It was never a conversation coming up in the school system.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this is nationwide.
Wow.
We're given bits and pieces, not to criticize the system, but we're given bits and pieces of what has happened in America historically.
Mm-hmm.
So myself, I attended a historically black college down in Baltimore, Morgan State University. When I got there, it was a culture shock. And I'm like, in ways that I'm more being in a mixed crowd is good for me because it's the way that I was brought up.
Same here, yes.
I'm getting here. Yeah, so I'm going to the opposite, to where the students, they grew up more cultured than I am in the African American sense.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about Juneteenth, and it's like, what is this? What is this? What is? I still go home and I'm still thinking it's a summer concert series. Until recently, you have to go into your own books. You have to get into different circles of people who are sharing different information. So, within the last couple of years, probably it was 21 where Joe Biden signed it in as a national holiday.
Yes.
Sometime around there. And I don't know if it's direct, but around that time, our country was waking up to a lot of racial issues following George Floyd. So after that, it's sort of picked up traction, and it's spreading out all throughout the country now that this is a national holiday. This is something that really should be recognized. We have the Emancipation Proclamation, but that's not the end of the story. So, fast forward to Galveston, Texas, and the history of Juneteenth, and now, everyone is starting to learn about it, and it's a beautiful thing.
It is, and you're right. Probably growing up, again, listening to Whammo as well, going down to the city, I probably did attend Juneteenth events and didn't even realize it, or the true meaning of what it's the historical significance of it. So it was really a messaging and education component for many of us. Even all of us that grew up in a very diverse community.
Mm-hmm. Right. And their vehicle, mainly, it's what got to me was the music, in our cultural, it's music and it's food and it's all these things that bring people together.
Yes.
For whatever reason that may be. The thing is getting the people together. Once you get people together, then you begin to educate, which is what we're doing this year and last year with our event.
So in celebration of recognizing the historical importance, what do you all have planned? You're one of the co-organizers for next weekend's event. Please share. Okay,
we're starting off actually with a parade. We're starting off with a parade that's starting at the corners of East Walnut Street and Highland Avenue. It's sort of, okay, if people don't know exactly where that's at, you have Washington Financial Bank where Berkshire Hathaway is and everything like that. I'm speaking to basically the residents of Washington, people who know the area. We're going to start there. We're going to go head up to Highland Avenue, past the Family Dollars and whatnot, and making the right onto Lincoln Street. As you travel on Lincoln Street, the Lemoyne Center is going to be on your left-hand side, which is our end destination.
Okay.
So that starts at 10:30. Washington High School Band.
And let me back up. This is on Saturday, correct?
Yes, it is. It's Saturday at 10:30 a.m.
And the date would be then June. I can't 15th. Do the math here, Steve.
It's June 15th.
Okay.
June 19th is actually, I believe, that Wednesday, and it's better for the community if we get together on that Saturday.
Yes.
Being that we're just trying to, pretty much bring Juneteenth to the city of Washington.
And
we're not
bring
at the
people
point
together.
where we can do that. Exactly. So, that's the date. 10:30 is the start time. As I mentioned, we have a band. We have a couple of, we have Synergy Dance Group coming in. We also have the Peters Township Dance Group, who's actually a national champion. They're coming in. Our grand marshals, I look at this as being very, very historic and significant to the event. Our grand marshals, I say grand marshals, we have two. Mayor JoJo Burgess and also Mayor Lemoyne Nixon of East Washington.
Nice.
Both being African American, it means a lot to the city, and I think that we should showcase that.
Yes, I agree, especially with JoJo being the first Black mayor for the city of Washington as well. So very important. Yes.
So getting to the event actually starts at 11. We have several things going on. We have what can I say? We have lots of food vendors, of course. I'll start there with some of our local folks. We have like a Worldwide Eats, we have the Frost Fairy Treats. There's a local guy who has a restaurant now in Uniontown. Some people call him Bump. His name's Stuart Johnson. He has a restaurant called Gyros, Hoagies, and Pierogies. A lot of family in Washington, but he's in Uniontown, so we can't get to him. So he agreed to come down to the event this year. So he's going to be offering his food and everything like that. We have Derek Edwards. Is going to be playing music throughout the day. We have a one-up band. We have something a little bit different in the end of the event. We call that our upliftment segment. We have a miming going on, Ministry in Motion miming. We have the Bridgeville Male Ensemble gospel. It's going to be a great event.
What time does that take place?
The gospel portion?
Yes.
The upliftment portion?
Yes.
5 o'clock hour.
Okay. And this is all taking place at the Lemoyne Community Center, correct?
Yes, that's correct. There'll be events going on inside and out.
Okay. And you're one of the co-organizers. Who else has been helping you put this all together?
There's an outstanding committee of about 8 to 10 of us.
Nice.
Who are members of the NAACP. Like I said, this is their event in the last couple of years. It's been in partnership with the Lemoyne Community Center, and they've been great partners. So we're sort of working in-house. We're getting some amazing responses around the community. It's just great to see people come together and support something to be, this is something for us to all be proud of.
And a lot of kids' activities. This is very family oriented. Yes.
This is a kid-friendly event, family-friendly event, no cost. We have kids' activities going on. We have the face painting. We have caricatures. We're working on getting a couple other things last minute in this week that I can't announce yet. We have something very interesting going on this year. There's a company called Paint at Your Own Risk. And what they're going to do, they're going to provide actual canvases of about an 8 to 10. It reminds me of a coloring book, to where it has the outline, the image that you want to create, but just think of it as being able to paint that canvas.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's different. So we're going to have that here. Magician, we need to do things to keep our kids involved and keep them engaged. Mm-hmm. One thing, back to the educational part that we were talking about, and this is not just limited to kids. As you know, we're at the age to where you're thinking, well, we should have known this a long, long time ago. There are seniors who don't know what Juneteenth stands for. So it gives a chance. It's an opportunity for everyone to learn about what this is. So we will have a book reading on the level of the kids so that they can begin to understand what this is all about. So, we'll have that segment. We'll have a history of Juneteenth followed up by African drums.
Nice.
It's just pretty amazing. I have here a list, if you don't mind me going through.
Well, be my guest.
Okay, we have Centerville Clinics, Washington Health System, although I don't know exactly how to say that right now. because of the recent merger. So.
Fair. With the UPMC, just to clarify with folks.
Right. Domestic violence. We have the NAACP will be there for memberships, League of Women Voters. We're going to have treats offered to the kids at no cost. There's just a lot of different things. It's something that if you have the time, you definitely should come, tell your family, tell your friends. We have festivals that are happening all throughout the summer in the city of Washington. And this is just something very, very different, something very unique. It's cultural, and it gives us an opportunity to enjoy each other. This is just another piece. It's amazing how we can be right beside. You can have a neighbor and not really know as much as you feel that you should know until you come and have a conversation and you communicate. So this is an opportunity to do that.
Love it, especially the fact, and I think you mentioned it perfectly, building that communication. Now we start understanding one another and having even higher, more elevated conversations.
I agree, 100%.
Is there any sponsors you would like to thank, or other individuals you would specifically like to call out?
At this time, no, because I feel like it doesn't matter what level your sponsorship, contribution, or donation is. You do what you can.
Yes.
Whether it's a barter, whatever, you do whatever you can. We'll save that until after the event. And, we'll put something out like that. I just like to thank everyone who's gotten involved, everyone who's made a phone call, everyone who has told another about our event coming up. We'd like to thank you, obviously, very, very much.
Thank you.
And let's just make this a community thing. Like I said, not to slight anyone, but I'd rather reserve that because everyone's a part of this.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. Community. Yes. Steve, if people want to donate or if they had additional questions, how should they contact you? Do you have a social media page, a website, simply call? How should they get a hold of you or one of the other organizers?
I'm Steve Woods on Facebook. You can contact me there, inbox me there. Cell 724-531-0372. Email is stevewoodspa@gmail.com, or just go ahead and contact the branch at naacp.washington.pa@gmail.com.
Okay. Sir, is there anything else you'd like to add in closing?
I just hope to see everyone there. Just come and have a good time and come and judge it for yourself.
Thank you so much, Steve, for your time and sharing all this great information and also a history lesson as well for some folks. We look forward to everyone coming to the city of Washington, Pennsylvania this June 15th to celebrate Juneteenth. So check it out. It's not just limited to the city of Washington. We encourage everyone to come visit and help support and celebrate this very historic day. Thank you so much for your time. Steve, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you very much, and likewise.
I'm Matt Sweet Stanchesky, and this is America, period.